everyone. I hope everybody's doing okay and is staying safe. I guess this is the team introduction portion of this video, so I'll jump right into it. I'll start with Robin. Robin, I just really enjoyed her spirit and her energy that she brought to the group. Towards the end, she kind of became mother hen and kind of whipped us into shape and had this project finish strong. Will, I really enjoyed his humor, as you all probably know, and just how he kept things simple. You know, he kept that perspective just to keep it simple, and that was real critical because there were times where we felt a little overwhelmed or things were getting complicated, and Will always kind of reiterated that. So I really appreciated that from Will. Monica, as everybody has said, she's very organized, kind of a little taskmaster, but I can personally say from my experience that we kind of hit it off well because we both had the Brown style of communication, and I'll miss our little side chats that we'd have via text or signals that we do at challenge days or at team meetings. Also, Kevin, appreciate that we always enjoyed kind of messing with her OCD tendencies by hiding her name tag or messing up her stack of papers challenge day. So that I enjoyed that with Monica. As for Kevin, I also enjoyed his overall positive vibes and his spirit, and you know, he just was very creative and just super nice guy. Just always made me smile to be around him. I always enjoyed his real positive outlook on everything. Last but not least, Shireen. I don't know if everyone knows this, but she's a beast. Obviously, she has to be for working in the ER, but she's definitely very strong and determined to get things done. As far as my individual leadership journey, you know, I came into this and I didn't really have any expectations. I just tried to be as open as possible and kind of like a sponge and just soak up all the information and just the dynamics from everybody else. I learned a lot. It's hard to point out one thing, but everything that I learned, you know, some things we got to just apply right away. Others it took time after reflection, and I felt that helped us all grow in the process. And finally, I guess as I continue to be in the community, I hope to continue to foster leadership skills and continue to grow as a leader in the community and help out the community and this great network of leadership Skagit and the community at large in any way that I can. Thanks.
Hi everyone, Robin Coleman from Red Team. I want to say a few nice things about my colleagues. Kevin, you were amazing with getting things done and showed so much creativity. We just loved it. Monica, you kept us organized, so you showed a lot of principle. Will, you also were pretty easygoing and kept us on task as well. And Rod, you were the fun part of our group, so you had a lot of spirit and passion. And Shireen, you were the steady force that was unmovable, so you were unshakable. And then what I learned from Skagit leadership was that there's so many volunteer opportunities out there. I just appreciate knowing all about them. I'm so grateful to be a part of this team in particular and able to help out Children's Organization of the Valley, COV, and provide the Chromebooks, the laptops, the books and educational games to these deserving children, and just all the other skills that go with being a good leader in the community. So grateful to be a part of it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Will, and I'm here to kind of give a brief summary on all our teammates and something I liked about them through this experience. So just kind of starting from the top, you know, I always thought Kevin had lots of good ideas that helped project the project into what it became with helping out COV. Shireen was always a great team player, and she always seemed to work hard and really do well with the fundraising part. Robin, I was always impressed with her optimism, how much spirit and she had for the community, and the leadership Skagit. And then Rod, his cooking is amazing. Gotta love his cooking, but also when he put his mind to it, could do some really great things, as we saw. And then Monica, Monica was always extremely organized and kept us on track. But with leadership Skagit coming into it, expectations were, I don't really have a lot of expectations other than just to enjoy and get to know the community a lot better and get to know some really good people. I felt one area that I'll highlight where I grew is not only myself, but also knowledge in the community and learning so much more about all the different organizations, not just nonprofit and private businesses, but also the government businesses as well. And just expanding my knowledge and wisdom and clarifying some issues that we have. So I'll wrap that up with that and say goodbye and thank you for everything, Leadership Skagit.
I am Shireen Clement. I am part of the Red Leader team for Leadership Skagit 2020. We're wrapping up, and I would just like to say a few things. Part of my team was great, and I learned a lot from them. Each and every one of them brought something special to the group. Kevin was a great designer. He was able to make a design for our shirt and did some other little things for our papers. Monica, you kept us on track. Way to be Brown, thank you. Will, you just kind of rolled with it. Whatever the group wanted to do, you were just down for. Rod, I gotta say, man, you were the funny one. Thanks for bringing us treats to the group meetings and just being there and helping us all laugh. Robin, I really loved your pure excitement. You are new to the area, and your enthusiasm just grabbed hold and got us going. I have learned a lot from Leadership Skagit. There are always opportunities to use our leadership skills, and I guess my main takeaway is that it's important to be part of the community and not just live in it. Our group chose Children of the Valley. They are kind of less fortunate children who don't always have what they need for school. And so our group raised money to help them have the things they need to just kind of stay caught up with school. We were able to provide books, educational games, Chromebooks, and iPads. And hopefully those kids will have a great year and be on track with their peers.
So I'm very grateful to have been able to work with my Leadership Skagit group. Shireen was a very dependable group member. She was definitely the kind of person that would take on a task, and if she took it on, you knew she was going to finish it. She hands down just always delivered on her promises. So that was a big help in a group setting like this. Rod's my buddy, and we have the same communication style, so it was really nice sometimes just to be able to look over at him and have that same communication connection of hey, I'm dying here, can we speed this along? And he would know exactly how to help me and the group move along at a faster pace while still having fun. So that was nice to have him as a anchor buddy. Kevin is definitely the jack of all trades. He has a creative side and an analytical side, so it was really interesting to see two different qualities that he brought to the group, and it was definitely much needed. Will is just very lighthearted. He kept the group having fun. He made sure we all knew that, hey, this is for fun and we should not always be focused on work. So I really appreciated him bringing a different viewpoint to our meetings than I have. So Will was a nice counterbalance to my checklist style life. Robin was definitely the most caring group member, and you look at Robin and you just feel the warmth exuding from her. She's such an awesome person. She was very helpful in our project about being persistent with our community member. She helped get the data we needed for our final reporting, so we couldn't have wrapped up this project without Robin. So big thank you to Robin. All in all, throughout this whole year and this whole process, I think the biggest thing I've learned was probably to be adaptable and to be okay with change. This was a year of, we started out thinking one way and then just ending the year totally different environment than what we started. So being respectful of people's changing priorities and changing mindsets was huge. And again, just being respectful of what people were willing to give, mid-COVID, and what they couldn't meet on. It was just a changing time, and I really opened my eyes to, you might have the best intentions day one of a project, but life changes and life happens, and that's okay. So that was my biggest takeaway, and I'm very grateful to have been in Leadership Skagit this year with my group and experience all the things we did. So thank you for the experience.
So I guess in summary of my time with Red Leader and Leadership Skagit, the main things that I learned were things that I was shown from the people on my team. And so I wanted to just kind of, I guess, discuss the things that I learned from the people I spent some time with. And that from Will, I learned what I like to call being in the river. Will is good at showing you how to just go with the flow, and he showed me that not to over plan or over stress, do a little bit of planning, and just kind of go with the flow, and things always turn out well. From Rod, I learned how to be less serious. Sometimes I take things a little too seriously, and I like to make sure that everything's getting done properly. And Rod liked to always make sure that we were doing silly things, or dressing up, or making sure that we were having fun and laughing and not taking things too seriously. Shireen, she taught me how to walk softly and carry a big stick is kind of what I think of when I think of Shireen. She didn't speak out much, and she wasn't outspoken and take control of the room, but when it was time to deliver and time to fundraise, she showed up with a bunch of money from a bunch of different contacts. We needed t-shirts. She got t-shirts done just right on time, just like she said she would. Robin showed me how to just have love and passion for everything that I was doing. Robin just actually really, really cared. Robin really wanted to make a difference. She wanted everyone to feel impacted by this project, and she just really cared, and that was really fun to be a part of. Monica showed me how to be organized and to do a good job, and just to take things in kind of in balance with Will, to take things seriously and do a good job with what you're assigned to do. We could always count on Monica to have everything organized and typed up, and just she's the reason that we have a good documentation and got this project completed. And so something else I was supposed to cover is what I was hoping to get from this program, and things I was looking for were things like just a little bit of networking. I wanted to get to know the Valley better. I wanted to be able to improve my public speaking. I feel like all three of those goals were met from this program. I feel like it did an incredible job of helping us get to know the Valley. The array of people they brought in was amazing. I really feel at home here now. I feel like I'm more comfortable speaking, conversing with people, and being myself. And it's been a really good experience, and I definitely wouldn't trade it for anything, and I'm looking forward to the future. So thank you, Leadership Skagit and Red Leader. That's it. Signing off.
Hey everyone. For our team project, we decided to partner with Children of the Valley, which is a nonprofit after-school educational program for at-risk youth in the community. We met with them initially and decided that their greatest needs were to help them raise funds for supplies that they needed in the classrooms, and specifically those supplies were books, educational games, laptops, and iPads. So we essentially went out into the community to raise funds and in-kind donations all across the community. And in the beginning, it was kind of hard to conceptualize, but over time we came together great as a team, and I think we really worked hard. Maybe some of us more than others, but in the end, it came together really well. And so essentially, in the end, we raised enough money to acquire 86 books, 44 educational games, 2 iPads, and 12 Chromebooks, so that these children can use them throughout the school year and for years to come. With the recent events of the pandemic, this project took on a whole nother face, which has been even more critically important for these kids, as now these kids, because they won't be in school, this will be their only place to learn, as some of their families can't afford the services or the technology or the supplies at home to do the at-home learning. So we couldn't be more proud to be a part of something like this and to be able to provide these funds and services for these children who really need this to stay competitive and to be able to continue to learn. So in the end, we found that out, and it just took on a whole new meaning, which we couldn't be happier about. So again, we didn't really have too many expectations, except just to follow through on our objectives. And really the only thing we struggled on was just the pandemic, which we all did, on all different kinds of levels. But we could just continue to work hard and work together, and in the end, I think regardless of the figures and the numbers and the time, it meshed well with the time and the resources that we had, and we're very thankful and pleased to be partners with Children of the Valley and to be a part of Leadership Skagit and Skagit County as a whole. Thank you.